This is Breaking the Silence, episode number 7, and in this video what I want to talk about is my approach to Kickstarter. We're about halfway through our campaign, and with just 2 weeks left, we have about 80 backers, and we're up to, we're about $101 away from $4,000, which would double our original goal, which is amazing. So very excited about that. This weekend was very successful at Lexington Comic-Con, and we continue to get pledges and backers ever since then, and so I'm really excited about that. Look forward to the rest of our Kickstarter. Now, I just want to share some principles and things that I've done in doing this Kickstarter, and the reason why I want to share this is not because I'm an expert. This is the first time I've ever done Kickstarter, so I'm not the authority on this. I just have had some people ask me what my approach was and what were some of the strategies I had in going into this. Some of this is a fluke. I mean, I look at Kickstarter and I see some projects on there that I think should be fully funded and are not, and some that I'm wondering where do they get their fan base and why are they getting funded. So there's not really a science or principle to this, but I do just want to share a few things that I did in setting up the Kickstarter. The first thing I would say is that I took my time. It's been about a year in making this comic book, and during that time I would just naturally promote it by posting things on social media. So I would give updates on the pages that I was working on, how far along I was in the book, getting the book done, and I would make those notifications pretty frequently. I would try to do something daily, or at least several times a week, and just trying to build an audience of trust that they know that I'm working on something and that I will fulfill it and complete it. So it took my time. So before I even thought about doing a Kickstarter, it was about a year. And so that's the first thing I would say, is that I was already building my audience before I started Kickstarter. It wasn't like I just launched Kickstarter and just hoped that a bunch of people would support it. I came into it with a large group of friends and family who were willing to support my project. The second thing is that I had a product to show and not just an idea to share. Right? So some people go into Kickstarter and they're trying to promote an idea, something they want to do, without any kind of physical product behind it, and it's very difficult to get people to buy into an idea. It's much easier if you have a product that goes with that idea. So I had my book done, or I was finishing up my book when the Kickstarter launched, and so I had something to show people, and then I had lots of prints and other rewards that I could give people, some physical evidence of this idea for people to invest in. And the third thing is I try to be consistent, and so I don't want to be annoying with my interaction with social media, but I try to be consistent. So like I said before, I try to post something every day, or if not every day, every couple days, just to remind people, because people have very short memories and we are typically advertised to all the time. And especially on like Facebook and Instagram, people are constantly just flipping through things. And so they'll, if I just posted one thing and then months later posted something else, people are going to forget. So I just try to put a daily reminder that, hey, I'm here, I'm doing artwork, this is my progress, check it out, kind of thing. So just Facebook is kind of a natural advertisement in that sense, but not in an annoying sense, because people do want to see what you're doing. So I try to take advantage of that and leverage that. The other thing is I stay focused on the goal, and I stay focused on the silence. And so I do get requests a lot for commissions, for other projects, to work on other comic books, and I turn all of that down. And that's nothing personal. I just don't have the time is a big deal, a big part of it. And I want to remain focused on that. Some artists love to do commissions, and that's great. And I just tell them, go do that, or I'll point people to artists that do commissions. I just don't do that because I just don't have the time really to invest in that, because I want to get these books done. And that also helps people, gives people security in investing, because they know I'm not all over the place. I'm focused on the silence and the silence alone. Also, I approach this with kind of an attitude of not just taking, but also giving. And so, as you'll see with the rewards, we want to give away books, we want to give away art, we want to give away to other people, to serve other people, rather than just make a lot of money and get our name out there and be really big and famous. We want to leverage our book to serve other people. And then the last thing I think is important is just that we have a quality product for people to invest in. I don't say this with arrogance. I try to say this with a humble attitude, but the silence is good. Like, the artwork is good, the story is good. I'm very proud of the product. I think it's something that's worthy to be invested in, and I think that really shows. And I think people react positively to that, because they can tell, this is something I'm proud of. This is something I think people should invest in, and yeah, I'm not ashamed of that. I want to do a good job. I put a lot of work into these books and the artwork and the storyline, and hopefully that shows. And so I think that's another aspect of it. People are willing to invest in something that's well done, that's beautiful, and that's developed and really thought through. And so I think the silence does all of those things. So that's just a really short list. There's all kinds of other videos on Facebook and on the internet that talk about principles to a successful Kickstarter. I don't have any of that. This is just what I've done, and so far it seems to be working. So I'm just very thankful to everyone that's pledged and everyone that's backed this project, and we'll just continue on to the end of the month, and we'll see what happens. So thanks for checking out the video.